A big thank you to today's sponsor, which is Keeps, but we'll talk more about that in just a moment.
Good morning, everybody. Silas back again today on this extremely windy day. It is absolutely cold and windy out there, but we've got a lot to get done today. I'm going to try to do the best I can. If it does get super windy, I won't be able to haul cars today. I don't like hauling cars to the claw, or shipping cars even, or loading cars or anything like that when it's this windy, just because stuff blows everywhere and it's just no fun. So I've got lots of other stuff I can do today though. And at some point today, I'm going to go ahead and crush that old truck. But I do want to explain why I'm going to crush that old truck. I want to explain that to you guys. That way you guys know why I'm doing it. It's not that I hate history or that I'm just a greedy fool, or, I mean, people have all sorts of things. They say all sorts of stuff when I do that, when I crush stuff like that. And I want to actually take the time and explain to you guys why I do that. But we'll get into that later. Right now I've got some people here unloading some stuff. I've got to dig out a truck bed, and I've got a few other things I got to take care of, so you guys will just ride along with me for the day, and we'll see what we can get done. Skylar's here right now, unloading a load of dirty aluminum and stainless. He's throwing all that in the truck bed, and he's got some brass and copper as well, so I've got to dig out a place to put that brass and copper. It's just dirty, but, I mean, it's worth more than just throwing it in the car for sure. And I don't know if you can see that, but it is starting to rain. It was not supposed to rain today, so I'm not looking forward to that. I had too much to do today to worry about rain. But it is what it is. You got to take what you get out here in this line of work. With it finally quit raining, it's still a little bit windy out there. I guess it's still sprinkling a little bit, but I'm going to try to record crushing some cars. If it starts raining again, I'll have to quit.
Before we continue with this video, I just want to say thank you to today's sponsor, which is Keeps. Now, if you weren't aware, 2 out of 3 guys will experience some form of male pattern baldness by the time they're 35. Now, I've managed to keep most of my hair, as you can see, but I remember my dad, when I was born, he was about my age, and that's about the time he started losing his hair. Now, he likes to blame it on me and say it was my fault, but I'm pretty sure that's not true. Now, prevention is the key to stopping further hair loss. Keeps is a subscription service that focuses on making it easier and more affordable for men to treat their baldness, since it's best to do something about hair loss while you still have hair left. Upon sign-up, a licensed doctor will review your info online and recommend a hair loss treatment plan tailored for you. The treatment plans get sent directly to your home every 3 months. So if you're ready to do something about your hair loss, go to keeps.com/made from scratch. That's keeps.com/made from scratch. I'll also put a link in the description below, so check them out. Once again, big thanks to Keeps for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get back to the action. And now the moment you've all been waiting for. It's extremely windy, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk around this truck, kind of show it to you, and then I'll explain why I'm going to crush it here in a minute when I'm inside out of this wind. This truck came across the scales by weight the other day. It was missing a ton of parts, but my buddy Sean came out this morning and he pulled off the front axle, and then he also, I'll show you guys inside it if I can get the door to open. He cut the dash out so I could get the temperature controls out of it. It's a lot quicker to do it that way than it is to unbolt them the correct way. But beyond that, there's really nothing good left on this truck other than potentially the roof.
The roof is not rusted out anywhere. It's in pretty good shape, but the problem with that is if I cut the roof off, it ruins the crush video, and so without the crush video, that roof won't make up enough to make up for the crush video, I guess is the way I'm trying to say that. So, but if you look at the floors, they are completely rotted gone, and they've got duct tape wrapped around them just to try to keep some of the water out and some of the air from blowing in the truck. I mean, this truck is extremely rusty. It's clear full of foam. It's all rotted out back there. The fenders are rotted out completely down at the bottom. He wallowed them out so he could put a big rear end under it, big tires. Truck had a big block 454 in it, but the guy that I bought it from pulled the 454 and the posi rear end out of it, and the tailgate and the front clip. Then he brought the rest in for scrap. This door here would sell really good for wall art, but it'll ruin the crush video once again, and the crush video is worth more to me than the wall art. It's a $50 door as wall art, so not a whole lot. But you can kind of see here it's got holes all through the body there. The body mounts up here are completely rotted out. The whole cab just shakes and rocks on the body mounts, and that's why the guy quit driving it. It's because every time he hit a bump, the cab would shift and about fall off the frame. Man, this wind is something else. It is just absolutely insane. But you can see here somebody cut a hole in this door, so this door is no good for wall art. The rest of the dash was already stripped out. I mean, the thing's just extremely rusty, extremely beat up. There are no realistically good parts on this truck. I paid $600 for it. It will bring about $800 just to crush it. I believe I paid about $450 for the truck, $460, something like that, and it will bring about $600 to crush it, or a little under $600. There we go. I finally got out of that wind so I can actually talk to you guys without... It is something else out there today. But anyway, that truck really doesn't have much going for it. Like I say, it does have a few pieces that I could sell for a little bit of money. But I had a few people say you should just save the whole truck and try to sell it. Somebody will buy that eventually. And that's not always true. You may want somebody to buy that, but more than likely nobody's going to pay more than scrap price for that truck. It's not worth it. I wouldn't pay more than scrap price for that truck. There's not enough there. It's just not realistic at this point in time. But let's say hypothetically I could find somebody to buy that truck for, let's say, $800. So I list it for $800, and I'm trying to find that person, and I figure usually, now this is just an average, some go faster, some go slower, but usually it takes about 4 hours of actual hands-on work to sell a car. And that's not total time. It may take 2 years to sell that car, but actually time involved, hands-on, takes about 4 hours. So let's say I got to take pictures, I got to list it, I got to show it to one person, I got to meet them out there on the evening after they get off work, and they decide they don't want it. And then I've got to answer the phone and talk to somebody for 20 minutes about it, and then they never show up to look at it after I went out there to meet them. And just stuff like that happens all the time. So you spend a ton of time on this truck to make an extra $200. So let's say finally somebody shows up and says, okay, here's your $800, I'll take it. And at that point in time, I've got 4, maybe 5 hours invested in the truck. And so I made about $50 an hour extra trying to sell that truck, and I had to cancel tons of other things that were going on to meet people and to do this, and then I have to help load it, all that sort of stuff. So to decide if it was actually worth it, I have to say, what else could I have done with that 4 hours that I spent on this truck? And right now, you guys know how busy I am. I am absolutely insanely busy. I've got so much going on. So in that same 4 hours, I could make way more than $200 extra. So I can take 5 minutes to crush that truck, put $600 in the bank, and then go on and spend 5 minutes crushing something else and put $600 in the bank, and crush something else in 5 minutes and put $600 in the bank. And so I can do that over and over again. Now, before anybody gets any ideas, I don't make that kind of money. That's what the business is making, and obviously we've got expenses and we've got to pay for the stuff, and that's a whole nother thing. I've explained that in the past. But I'm just trying to prove the point that it's not worth it from a business standpoint. Now, I realize there's the history standpoint, and there's the emotional standpoint that you may have seen those trucks around once upon a time. And then there's, like I said, the history standpoint of it's American history. But there are so many of those trucks still out there that are so much nicer than that one that are actually worth saving. And you guys know I get hundreds, if not thousands, of antique cars every single year. And if I saved every single one of those and tried forever to find a buyer for it that may or may not actually exist, I would never, ever get anything done. I would be completely out of room. I'm already completely out of room. My 21 acres I have out there is starting to fill up pretty fast. At some point in time, I'm gonna have to go out there and start making really difficult decisions on what I save and what I don't save. And on that note, I do save a ton of stuff. You guys know I save a ton of cars and trucks. Now sometimes I save them just so I can cut them up later, but other ones I do save in the hopes of finding a buyer for them someday, just because I like them or I think they're worth it. And I mean, if it's gonna crush for 600 and I think I can get 15 or 1600, then at that point in time, it's probably worth saving. But this truck is not worth anywhere close to that much money. So I just wanted to kind of break it down to you and explain it to you guys from a business perspective, why I crush some of these old cars. Yeah, there might be a few odds and ends trinkets on them, but once again, I can't shut down, and I guess I'll say it like this: I can't step over dollars to pick up pennies. And if I didn't have anything else going on and I worked a regular 9-to-5 job and I had that truck sitting in my driveway at home, then yeah, it wouldn't be a big deal to go out there and show it to somebody every now and then until I found the right buyer for it. But unfortunately, it does not work that way for me. I've got a ton going on. And I know people say, well, then hire somebody that can sell cars and sell parts. And there's nobody to hire. I mean, there's people out there, but they want $30 and $40 an hour to do that sort of work. And there's just no money to be made for me when I can just crush the things and go on with life and keep making money for the business. All that being said, I'm sure some people are still going to hate me for what's about to happen, but that way, at least those of you who are genuinely curious how this business works, now you will understand. And the rest of you that hate me no matter what, that's okay. I hope you have a fantastic day anyway. Man, that was brutal. Can you imagine if you were driving that down the road and you got in a wreck? That thing would just splatter and fly apart. You'd die instantly. This truck here was definitely a death trap. I can't believe he was driving it like this. Just insane. And with that, I am done for the day. I think I've done about all the damage I can do for today. After I crushed that truck, I went ahead and crushed a bunch more cars, got a bunch more processed and ready for tomorrow. I think I have 5 or 6 loads crushed and ready to go. So I'll probably go get my trailer first thing in the morning and haul those into the shredder. Probably won't bother filming that. I film that all the time, and to me it's just kind of the same thing over and over again. But I don't know, we'll see how it goes. If there's something interesting going on tomorrow, I'll pop the camera out again. I've got some more video ideas that I'd like to do, like that old round baler back there behind me. I think that'd make a really cool Will It Crush video. And then I've got a car I want to do something with. And then I've still got that other white limousine. I need to go ahead and finish processing that. That way I can take it down to the shredder. I think that'd be kind of a cool video. So I've got some ideas to do. I don't know if I'm going to get to any of them right away though. I'll probably have time to record one more video this week. But next week I'm actually going on a camping trip, which by the time you see this, those videos will probably already be done. I am so insanely far behind on editing, it's unreal. These high scrap prices keep me busy, and so I just never have time to edit like I used to. But yeah, anyway, I'm doing this 3-day camping trip, and that way I have a chance to actually get away and do something fun for once, and I'll probably record that. I don't know if I'll do 3 videos, 1 each day, or if I'll just do 1 video for the whole time. We'll just kind of see how that goes then. But anyway, I'm gonna let you all go. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. As always, I hope you have an absolutely fantastic rest of your day, and remember to get out there and find an adventure. We'll see you next time.